Yes, this is the second attempt. Let's see the video that is on YouTube as of now. Because what better thing to do than to just straight up watch from YouTube, right? Hold on. I just hear a shot. More than enough about methods. So, for all the accusations that would stand from before, the cat. So, as we do this more formally, the second try, the other one I started through what happened later. Two things are gonna be proven. Well, as I said before, three if you count the value of credibility. I'm gonna show you the first inverse order, the digital crime. Then you're gonna see that you're gonna go through the actual events as they happen, and you see how you believe that based on what you just saw, and how you believe that in full context, right? So here is the audio that was going underneath as they tamper with that video. Okay, so some context. I was right there, by the way. So, right, oh, by the way, just give me a second, okay? It's being. First off, this is very good evidence. I don't want to fuck around with. So first off, as a disclaimer, this was not a bait on my end. Quite to the contrary, I couldn't possibly expect this happening. Secondly, if you see this crime happening during the early night with me awake, right here, and all of this. And by the way, this doesn't link just this to the city, right? After all, we're linking backwards to the city of Thieves, we're linking back into other places as well. And then, reference for that, other places that did something kind of similar to search through my things. Except that by then I didn't have much expectations and understood very much many things. And to try the same crime twice, well, as I said, learnings are going to be happening this, but just pay attention on that's irrelevant for right now. It's an explanation to that. And it's what the original short is going to link to. Now the original short is linking to this video, this screen recorder for what it's worth. I was right there doing a backup, right? And listen, and not even listening to music. I was just singing to myself, and I was doing the backup right there. Fortunately, I was recording myself in audio as I always do. As a matter of fact, I was also playing a little bit of the game. I think those noises are the video game. Yeah, they're definitely video game. And then I just come to the back. And I couldn't possibly fathom this, so I'm sure it's going to become quite clear in a second. I am more. This is not a happy video, by the way. This is a crucial point, proving the very crimes that they are under, as you saw that in the video title, under the expectation that you believe they didn't know about happening. And again, I was awake and right there doing backups. For you imagine the crimes that would happen by the time it's after they sedate me. Now, granted, it's a bit extra because with me sedated, they'll have to know that I'm sedated for the crimes here, which is gonna be built up. We're building up the I lost attention to when that actually snaps. But for what it's worth, I was right there at 9 p.m. And as I said before, again, listen. Okay, it's just... Oh, man. Jesus, I need to let you listen. I'm going to let you listen first. Okay. And that's where it cuts to the video. That's where the video starts. Now, I want to stress out. I was singing. I was doing backups. I was 5-10 meters away, right there. This is how visible it is at normal, because in all fairness, this is how visible it is, with the light in the background, mind you. Right? And for that, straight to the bag. Also the name, not the name, is in the tags of that video. And for that, there's the phone right here. The thing that attracts your attention is the white, is the shining pink, is the white. In a dark place like this, right? Right here. Now granted the bag was orange, but it was inside the thing. And phone, power bank, right? Phone was here actually, not there. Power bank. Straight to a random fuck off bag. But what kind of person would steal from a guy like this? Because a bagger would presumably be coming for food or other things like that, right? Or even a phone, but then again, no interest. I was, again, right there. It was crouched upon the criminal you see that I faced there on the YouTube video. Crouched upon the bag right there. It got up. I was surprised as I was turning around. I just see a figure coming up. I was imagining moving things there. And then I just stopped here. It was all black in the background. It goes to show how dark the whole thing is and how hard to see. And I started the video immediately, but you couldn't start. All of that was being video, and all of that had been filmed with lights, because as you saw, the lights were blaring. And they interrupted the video. So what you can see is that. But now you listen to what you can listen. That was right there. And with that context, what do you think happened? So again, you watch the video. With a criminal, you see by face. And now everybody also sees by face. And there's no halfways about it. What happens during the nights, as I often say, I know that they do that for the signs that happen after. This is the one thing. I'm not asking you to believe what I think happened. This is what I was eyewitness to a couple seconds before that I started talking on the explanations on that video that's already on YouTube, and a couple minutes ago from now. After they mentioned they were throwing narcotics specifically on me, after several minutes, in fact, after that, after there was the lightning bolt, everything that I explained in that video, in front of one camera there as you see on, another camera there, and another camera in the back. 3 security cameras, mind you. So it's not just stealing from a place like this, but you'll be doing so, there's the mud and clear, but doing so in front of a camera that never shuts down. So if you arrive in a place like this and you have ill intentions, first off, if you have ill intentions and you live in the 21st century, in an area that has private security, mind you, and they're not always, the nicest fellas. You come here. What is the most thing that attracts more attention? The fact you have a random fuck-off bag. And again, Gelson left power tools over here. The forklift. The car, if you remember on the video, with the windows open because they're trying to bait me into stealing a car, right? And all the other crimes that are well documented in video. Those power tools are very expensive, by the way. I never try to buy one, but I know. But you arrive in a place like this, and you know the area because, again, it's not the first time you see that criminal around here. It's in a bike, it's not in a vehicle. And they know that there's private security, there's the same private security for the entire area around. As I said, you can call them a different name. What is the thing that shines to you, and the lamp that will shine, that attach to you? Is the random bag there of Coca-Cola, is the cat food, or is the shining camera pointing exactly where he was? That's the crime that everybody else throughout the city would say there is a mystery. And doesn't happen. Those faces you see by face, they don't change the face when they go to the bathroom. Right? So, again, it applies to the law enforcement you see passing around all the time. Because as I said, when you do a crime like this underneath a security camera, it tells a lot more. Much like throwing narcotics in front of a police station, as I said that they were doing as well, right? Because it goes a long way. Narcotics is illegal here as they are anywhere else. And it goes a long way. What I want to show, if I have a casual glance, is that not only that, the security company has those symbols of them, because of course you want to keep those. Then just shoot the same number. They keep the same number. It's the same number? No, not the same. Oh yeah, you see the difference, I guess. Anyway, they have the little symbols, which means that they go around doing that. Okay? So what I'm proposing quite simply is what that? And again, it's not the type of thing that he was just asked. It was already there, right? I was standing right there. So again, the distance. I could just come back at any point, right? So, and also it's the only person anywhere near around, so it clearly belongs to someone and the person is clearly right there for any intents and purposes, period. And instead you crouch in the dark in here, quite literally illuminated. That's the most ridiculous part. The only source of light here, the major source of light, is the camera. So as I said, that's the point. That's where the thing dies. Because yeah, you may say that some people would steal from as a homeless person, but that's the point. You don't know that. The guy looking at the camera just knows that there's something there. There's a guy picking up something. To assume that he's gonna know that, that's not the mentality of a guy who steals from a fucking homeless person, right? He's seeing a camera, he's not gonna go there because. So again, I digress. As I said, they did throw narcotics on me, and if at some point I sound a bit too. That's my mentality before. You listen through the audio, you see. This is exactly what I was thinking. If you don't want to check the audio, as you can check. This last one from 9:12, 45 minutes. 45 because he also went, when he went mute, it's because it's in the video, right? And it continues on that until that. Actually, after that, it's 1 minute, right? After the 1 minute has passed, or 1 minute, so for 50 seconds, right? You're going to listen to the interval between this and me starting the video. That being the crime, as I said. And the tampering with digital things, I said since day one that the purpose of those things was to stop me from showing something on you on the spot. And since day one, right? Since the first time it happened and I pointed out as a digital crime associated with the rest of the crimes, and now you see it actually playing out. Except that as usual, piss and shit fucks up. And that is me still desperate trying to close the things and start the next video when it gets muted again. Also, remember talking quite a lot more than this. So good, as far as I can say. That's the crime that doesn't happen. Straight that. So, for what you get to see. I know this is the phone I should record. You see now my face, but that's on the video. That's the crime. All the faces you see in the mall and in other places are associated and they would otherwise claim doesn't happen. And this is right now with me, right there doing backup. Would you expect? And also, as I recommend you to check up, we upload YouTube video there and it goes for the rest. Why are you seeing that? The depth is proper accurate. Not the ones I was expecting. And it stops because it changes back to video. That's the highway patrol, not really the one that... I mean, technically, they have jurisdiction here. I mentioned that before. Not only because cops technically have jurisdiction in the entire area and they are federal cops, but meaning that this state boundaries don't matter that much. But this is close to a highway and there are provisions designed to prevent people from just becoming a problem when you slightly dodge off the highway. So, technically. But it's just not a competency in the subject matter for that type of thing. Besides, I don't know if I would comment on that. They also have access to that for here. Much like the other criminals, I'm gonna send that Steiner is on YouTube, for Christ's sake. As a public video, mind you. So... as for the things you say, and now it stays like that, it's not a big problem. Might look like this is silly, but this is actually quite important. And you're gonna understand soon enough. I mean, I might as well just do... Oh yeah, so let's finish talking because the thing is, for what it's worth, and if you boil down back to here, not only this is a very... by the way, every time you see that screen, as you can see, not only am I still recording, but even recording through that, okay? That's just some casual proof that thing, every time the screen shows up, and in many videos that screen shows up, it means absolutely nothing. As for the other things, I'm trying to think. It was something that I wanted to talk about. I hold myself back from mentioning as I was walking over there, and I don't fully recall. Again, there are too many things with me, and that's why I was so rushed. I didn't want to forget anything. Something about